starters out and playing against a team that plays good basketball at home, that's better than their record because of Van Fleet being out. And we had to battle through it and play a solid basketball game, but we didn't play four quarters well enough. We had that stretch in the first half that really hurt us with the, I think, 24-6 run. But, we were down double digits in the fourth and battled back and put ourselves in position to win it.
Curious, you mentioned before the game about the rebounding and that had to be sewed up, and there was some offensive boards that got away, particularly late in the game. How big?
Yeah, we hurt them on the boards as well, but it's definitely an area that we got to continue to improve with. Not having Nurk out there hurts us with that.
Is there the challenge of getting that one rebound on a missed free throw? I mean, that's, I know it seems simple, but how big would you feel like that particular play was there?
There's a lot of plays down the stretch. That was one of them.
Curious with the third quarter, another one of those down ones where you feel like wasn't working offensively there.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to look at the tape. I think we were just were not playing a good basketball game with that. But we came out of the gate strong like we did. First two nights we had strong first quarters, but didn't sustain it. I think obviously their second unit outplayed our second unit for obviously that stretch in the first half. Again, I'll have to look at the tape of the third quarter.
Then obviously Vogel sparked the comeback and played a great game. Just curious your thoughts on how he played.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, there's no other way to put it, and we're trying to find the right environments where, he can thrive and put him in positions to succeed in certain matchups, that don't favor him and certain matchups that do. And tonight was a game that we knew that he could be effective and came in and took advantage of those minutes.
There was one stretch late where he took him out, I think maybe for a minute. Was that just a matter of got a heart attack? Okay.
He was out of gas. I didn't want to take him out. He was rolling, but I knew if I got him, 90 seconds or so, that would help him finish.
Curious what you thought of Thad's first game.
Yeah, he's finding his way. Did some good things in the pocket. Making some extra passes, competed on defensive side of the ball, used his hands. Good first outing.
Curious with Kevin passing Carmelo for the ninth all the time. I know it's coming in the loss, but just your thoughts on him once again making history in that season.
He's just one of the best ever to do it, and it's really special for me to be a part of these milestones for him. Because like I said, he's one of the best scorers this game's ever seen. And, to see him pass the names that he's passing is just super impressive, and I'm happy for him.
Lastly, obviously, you got Lakers. It's kind of a short turnaround considering it's an early game off of a back-to-back. How big would it be if you can get Beal and Nurkic back for that?
It would be huge if we're full strength, but, we'll see where those guys are at. It's definitely a scheduling challenge for both teams. It's almost like playing, 3 games in 3 nights because of the early start. But, we got to battle through. We lost 2 in a row. We got to get a W.
Saying, he's felt this was probably the most confident that he's been, but he still wants to come in, make an impact, but not hesitate as much. What did you just see from the composure from him and just trying to let the game come to him more?
Yeah, I think you said it right there. He let the game come to him. He's had some stretches where he forced, and this is what we're working with him on, playing with himself, especially when he's out there with the other stars. He doesn't have to force anything, but he needs to, be aggressive when they get double teamed and he has opportunities to play in the pocket or on the backside. And he just made play after play after play tonight, whether it was knocking down threes or making plays on rolls to the basket, rebounding the ball. He had a great game.
It's hard to think about it right now because we lost 2 games in a row. And that sucks. But, I don't want to disrespect what that means to the game. And, my career, so it's an honor to be up there with the greats. It's a lot of hard work it takes to get there. Carmelo was somebody I looked up to since I was 13, 14 years old. So to be in the same category and up there with him in points is an honor. He set the standard for me for a long time. So to be up there with him is pretty cool. Or to pass him is pretty cool. And next up is Shaq, right? So yeah, just to be sandwiched in between 2 guys that molded my childhood as a basketball player. I never would have thought I'd be there when I was a kid, but it's cool to be in the same breath as the greats.
What's eating at you the most right now about tonight's game? Outside of the fact you guys won.
I was 1 for 7 from the 3. That's probably the most. If I make 2 threes, we win the game.
Is there anything in terms of the third quarter that it continues to be Bugaboo. Can you
Yeah.
pinpoint what's happening with
No, I mean, no, I mean, I feel like we've been playing good third quarters before. You know, the last few been bad. I just think we got to come out at halftime with just a little bit more sense of urgency to almost like it's the fourth quarter, you know. And I think that's the most important thing is starting off strong, coming out that half. And we've been too relaxed, I guess, the last two games, and teams that hit us in the mouth, and now we're fighting uphill for the rest of the game. You know, that's a tough place to be in. So we gave ourselves a chance to win the game, but I think just as much as the fourth quarter is important, every possession in the third quarter, say all that stuff ties in. So we got to be better.
Look at that bowl, the game he had. You've been preaching for him to get opportunity to play, and how rewarding was it even for you to see him play like that?
Man, I'm just so happy for him. Wish we could have got the win for him and celebrated with him in the locker room after such a big game. He had big games before, but this one was different. Coming off the bench, making shots that way, just keeping us in the game with his shot making, a couple and ones that kept us alive. You know, he was incredible for us, and I'm so happy that he's getting more opportunities to play, and he's having some success. I just like how solid he's been, like not trying to do too much. There for us on the rebounds, blocking shots, you know, just being a threat out there, and you know, I just feel comfortable with him out on the floor.
And talking to him post-game, too, he was just saying he's feeling a little bit more confident just getting that run the minutes out there. What are you seeing from that, and maybe in particular tonight?
Yeah, when you just feel you just want the trust of your coaching staff, and I think they have that in them right now. And it's tough to build up that trust in your coaching staff and your teammates. But Bol has built that up by just his hard work and dedication to trying to just get better and just grind his way into the rotation. And he keeps his head down, one of the quiet guys, but we all see the work that he's putting in. I'm glad coaches rewarded him with more minutes and more opportunities. And like I said, once you gain that trust from your teammates and your coaches, you feel confident going out there and just being yourself.
Hey KD, this past offseason you was working alongside Jabari Smith Jr.
Yeah.
What can you share about that? Like some of the questions he might have been asking you, picking your brains and stuff.
Yeah, I mean just a little technique stuff on how to get to your shot, what I'm thinking in certain movements, and I'm asking the same stuff. I'm still try to still be a student of the game, even though I've pretty much seen everything. I still try to be the student. So it's always good getting in there with younger guys who see the game from a different perspective. So we're just bouncing ideas off of each other, and Jalen as well. So I pretty much know a lot of guys over there. So I'm glad to see them playing better than they were last year, and see those guys taking that next step.
And Katie, seeing that we're in Black History Month, just in your opinion, what is the role of today's athlete in the fight for freedom, equality, and social justice?
Well, our role is to continue to show up every day, and that's always been a knock on the black athletes that we don't show up. And you're seeing more and more guys are having long careers, guys are impacting lives, impacting generations after them, giving back to the game. I think that's our duty as black athletes, is just to show up and be present every day.